So I am back in Seattle. I moved back home. I had to learn something. I had to get my mind clear. I had to go get rest and get clarity, and for God to really work with me on my vacation. Now I'm calling it. But I'm gonna tell you guys about this lesson I learned and why I'm back home and why I'm ready to go to work. So, I'm very authentic and I'm very honest with you guys. I've been having some tests. I haven't been passing them all the way. But I always say it's a passing experience when you learn from them if you don't stay. And as long as you get something out of the message and get it outside, like you learn where you messed up at, it's always a blessing. It's never a bad thing. So don't stay in that sorrow. Don't stay in that failed test. Just get up and try again. So with that, I am back in Seattle, Washington. But I don't know if I'm meant to stay out. I am meant to stay out here. And I feel that in my spirit. And if I go to Vegas, if I stay in Vegas, if I catch this flight to Vegas, I'm running. And I can't run. I have to fight. Like, it's a spiritual fight right now. All this thing that's going on, everything that's around us, everything, the sickness from the corner, I don't even know how to say it, but the virus is telling us to stay away from each other. Hold on, that's my dog. Come here. Sorry, that's my auntie in the background. I'm not gonna put her in the video.
Stop playing.
I'm not.
Why did you get a joint?
But it's this virus that's going around is
I don't know nothing about no
hold on.
shit.
With everything that's going on, it's just I was going to Vegas to seek for God, to search for God, to find God. When I know what God is, wherever I call Him to be, God is wherever I ask Him to be. God is with me with every step of the walk I take and every motion I take and He's just with me. So why did I need to go to a different state to find God? I didn't. But I had to give up on, like, you guys understand, you guys know, if you've been to my apartment, I had to give up all my stuff to learn this lesson. Excuse me. But with that lesson, I had to come, because why am I going to a church when I have a legacy of my grandma's church and up the street from where I'm at right now? Why am I not getting the youth together for the youth today, not getting them to Bible study and to know who God is, to have that relationship with God like I had? Because a lot of my generation, we either don't have a church home or we never grew up in a church, and so we don't feel comfortable or welcome to come to church because it's just old things or judgment or what the old generation put on the church of today, what it is meant to be, to have a relationship with God is spiritual more than the religion. And I know it's called to me to get my church, my family's church, to get, like, I just want to get my babies ready. So why not start with my foundation where I was taught and go to some other place and do it there where I can do it there, but why not start in my home foundation, my roots? There's too much going on in Seattle, Washington that people need to have a relationship with God. They need to be covered in His love and know His blood. Because with this virus going around, that's one thing people always say. One thing I always say, I'm not worried about it because I'm walking in God's love. And if you walk in God and walk in He said this, even the people, He said it, even the sick that got it, if they know who God is and go to God, they're going to be cured from it. Did they not say that? It says that in the Bible.
It's in the Bible.
And that's one of the truest things. Like, if you know who your God is, and He right now is a time where He wants to know, and He wants people to know who He is. It's not a time of like talking about. He wants His credit. If you want to say it in our terms, put some respect on His name and know who He is, and that's what He wants. He with everything that's going around, everything that's happening in this world, from Egypt snowing to the plagues in Vegas, the grasshoppers in Vegas, and the grasshoppers over in Africa. If you look it up, grasshoppers and locusts are the same exact thing. So everything, all the signs,
There's a locust.
all the signs right now, that is just
Don't
Him.
put it toward me,
I didn't. The signs are just saying that it's just He wants to know who His name is. If you don't know Him, you gonna know who he is before this world is up. And I tell people that from the bottom of my heart, I know that it's true. I don't want to say God is a petty God, but he
Watch what you say.
but just
You better watch what you're saying.
you can't do your comments like that. When I say God's a petty God, because he wants to know who you're gonna know who He is, no matter what. It's not luck, it's not faith, it's Him. So when I say give Him His credit, that's why I say He's a petty God, because in that aspect, He wants you're gonna know who He is. It's not, my God is not petty. That's not what he does. But it's just, he's bold. He's
Don't look
he's
at
king.
me.
He's king of kings, king of all kings. And he says that from day one. You're not gonna put no other God before me. So when I say that's more, that's not a bold. That's just knowing your right and knowing what your title is. So it's not longer, no, not petty, wrong word, but in that aspect.
In aspects.
But I got a work to do.
Yeah.
And God's telling me I got a work to do. So if you want to get your babies in Bible study, let me know. If you want to get your children or nephews or nieces, Easter's coming up. If anything in the church, just let's do something positive in this world because there's so much negative, and I want them to have a fighting chance because God is coming. And I know him, so I want them to know him. Not like that. I'm not going to force my kids with
You
that.
better talk.
Okay. See, my auntie's back here, so I can't do too much looking that way. But y'all got the message, I think. But like I always say,
it's the right way.
walk in God's love. Don't be worried about anything that's going around. Don't be worried about the virus getting in. Don't. First, at the end of the day, a lot of people are going to die. It's inevitable. We're all going to die one day. We started this earth, and how we're going to leave this earth by ourselves. So the fear of death is not something that you're supposed to be afraid of in walking in God. It's the inevitable. When I think of death, I'm thinking about I'm going to be in the kingdom of heaven. That's going to be a joyous day for me. When I can see him and stand at his feet and bow down and just see his light.
That's how you talk.
That's a beautiful thing.
I'm going to sign.
All right, I'm out. Walking God's love.
Shit like that.
Bye.